everybody, it's Jared with Heat Press Nation, and today I am joined by none other than Patrick Ali from Caesar North America. Patrick, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. This is awesome. Thank you.
Oh, of course. We're super stoked to have you here. Now, we get a lot of questions about Caesar DTV. Now, I know you're the expert on DTV, so I'm glad we have you here. There's been a lot of questions regarding the comparison between DTV and DTF.
Yes.
Can you shed a little light on that for us?
Absolutely, and I think it's important to kind of start from the beginning. DTF has been a great print-on-demand option for people for a long, long time. However, we know in our world with DTF and other decoration methods, sometimes they come at a cost. So for us, we wanted a full print solution that not only could the customer have a low entry-level cost, but they could do from home on their own. And with DTV, it's really an incredible product because all you need is a home desktop printer and a vinyl cutter or a way to do a print then cut system, which allows you to make full color, beautiful designs and a lot at one time.
Yeah, and these are things that a lot of people already have at home.
Yeah.
You already have the inkjet printer, you already have the vinyl cutter. So I'm a big fan of DTV.
And let's face it, our audience, they're crafters, they're business owners, they have the equipment at home, and most of you at home, you got that old printer that's been sitting around just in case you got to print something out from an email or whatever, even if people don't really email anymore. But so you have those printers sitting around now.
Printing your MapQuest, Grandpa.
So with that, utilize all of those tools that you've already spent the money on, you've already purchased, get yourself some DTV, have your print and cut system sitting there with your home printer and maybe your vinyl cutter.
Your Caesar Juliet.
Your Caesar Juliet or your Caesar Romeo. However, any print and cut system is going to work for you to achieve full color designs with our Easy Color DTV.
Now, one of the things that is great about DTF, you know, like you said, it's a great system, but to me, one of the drawbacks is it's not exactly scalable. You're kind of already starting off on this like industrial commercial level of output, of equipment, of space required. And now Caesar DTV is a little bit different. I really like the scalability of it. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely, and here's the thing, at home, most of the people that we get to educate and are blessed to be on camera to educate every day, you guys are already crafters, and some of you are also moving into that entrepreneurship. Well, one of the big benefits of like an Easy Color DTV is that if you are thinking about not only can you make beautiful full color designs like I have on my shirt today, like you're wearing today, but also if you're looking to take your hobby or your passion for creating to the next level with something like an Easy Color DTV that will not only allow you a low entry level cost, because at the end of the day, the best part about Easy Color DTV, when you buy a pack of 8.5 by 11, that A4 size sheet of paper, you're only buying $1.70 actual item that you're decorating and that you're creating. So for the folks at home, it's very scalable very quickly. And for most of us, and the benefit of DTF has always been the print on demand. Well, guess what? I basically have built myself a print on demand system right from the convenience of my own home for way less than I may have to spend elsewhere. Now, that's not to obviously shame any of our print on demand folks, because there's a great opportunity, but maybe you have a screen print shop and you're like, you know what, I don't have time to do full color, 6 screens, 7 screens all at once. Grab yourself some DTV. It comes in multiple rolls, 8.5 by 11, 20-inch roll. It also comes in 11 by 17, all available on heatpressnation.com. But with that said, you can also start scaling your business from just making those t-shirt labels, the front chest, left chest, hat labels, all the way to maybe intaking some of those customers that also want to start a print-on-demand business and starting to create for them, because guess what? We can scale and nest all of our designs into one sheet. So the gang sheet conversation can be done with Easy Color DTV. Yeah. It's pretty incredible.
I love it. So no matter where you're at in your journey, whether you're just starting small business, full scale, Caesar DTV has you covered.
We got you covered.
All right, now, I know a lot of people are concerned, what does it cost? You know, they're often going by like, oh, the cost of a sheet or how much a gang sheet, or, you know, we all kind of look at cost a little bit different, but you've broken it down in a really cool way to where, doing a t-shirt like this, like what do you think a t-shirt like this would run?
Exactly, so this is a perfect example. Your design right now, just by looking at it, all of that will fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet.
Yeah, this is, I think, like 4.5 by 9?
Something like that. Yeah. So this will actually fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and the big benefit is that's $1.70 sitting on your shirt right now.
Dude,
so we can get into, with whatever you guys use at home, whatever type of garments, we'll just call this one out about how much do you think that garment is, somewhere?
Well, so 2 points on this garment. It's a XXX t-shirt, so this one actually cost me about $5.
Story of my life.
A regular size.
Story of my life,
A regular size would be about $3 in this brand.
Exactly.
Also, one quick point, if you're concerned that like legal A4 size is not big enough, this is a XXX t-shirt,
Yeah,
and this is
there
an
you go.
A4 print.
And actually, to be just a little bit more about that, is that this is a 3X, and this is actually done on 11 by 17.
There we
and so
go.
you can see that my shirt actually wraps a little bit around the
Oh, that's
side,
awesome,
giving
yeah.
the effect that it's coming from one direction. But again, that's $1.70, about $3 for the shirt on average,
on a normal
$3 to
person's
$5.
shirt.
Yep. So you're right now, your all-in cost is about $4.70. So everybody at
$4.70,
home
guys.
that knows that we're making brands, right? We have all of these brands that these guys and these girls that are sitting in and they're just thinking in their head of like, I want to start a brand. This is a great entry level cost. And now, even though one of those fits on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, let's move on up to the hat and talk about
Yes,
this
sir.
design. So this design itself is about, I'll do my quick
It's
finger
2
measurement.
1/4, I think.
2 1/4. Now,
Yeah.
I may have knew that beforehand, but I wanted to look smart. So anyways, 2 1/4.
Oh, I spoiled it.
It's all right. 2 1/4, but the big benefit for you with DTV is that we can actually print about 12 of these on 8.5 by 11 sheet.
Dude.
So not only are you taking a hat, which is we'll say most hats are a little bit more expensive than your shirt garments. So
Yeah.
we'll say even at $8, and then you have about, I don't know, 40 cents worth of a design
Yeah.
or 30 cents worth of a design on your hat. You can now sell that at a premium for 20, 25 bucks. But guess what? We just times that by 12 because we can fit 12 of those logos. So for you guys starting a brand, it's a great opportunity, but I think the most important part is talking about placement on the shirt itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could do it. Basically, if you could fit it on your heat press, it can go anywhere.
It can go anywhere.
I use my cap press not just for my hats. I also use my cap press for my sleeve hits on a short sleeve shirt.
Yep.
I've done inside neck labels.
Oh yeah, the inside neck
like-
label's great.
By the way, if you don't have a cap press, get one because it's more than just hats, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do all over. And on the regular heat press, of course, we're doing chest, we're doing back.
Yeah.
If you have a full size heat press, you could do a long sleeve hit.
Now, what it is important to note, much like DTF, DTV does have a little bit of a feel to it, right?
Right.
You can feel it on the garment itself, much like you can feel a DTF print. We're not talking about going that far into sublimation yet. However, here's the big benefit. As thin as the product is of actual DTV, not only can you hit a full chest logo, left chest, hat, the neck tag, we can also apply on the seams of garments.
Oh, that's
Effectively
huge.
apply
That
on the
is
seams.
huge.
So the stretchability and the durability of the product itself actually will meld into the seams of a shirt or a hat.
Wow.
So for all of you
Yeah.
guys out there, much like myself, what I have on right now, the 5-panel, because we know how complicated it is to decorate a 6-panel, we now have an all-in-one solution that'll fit in those seams for you really nice, give you a nice flush design every single time.
Dude, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And I love that because it opens up more possibilities on the garments, and then even on shirts. Oftentimes, you'll have people wanting to press along the rib cage.
Yep.
But if your shirt is like mine and it has a seam, you can't do that.
How cool would it be, okay, for everybody out there, and we know some people have, and especially Southern California, tattoos are big, right?
Right.
One of the cool parts about DTV that I really love, find yourself a shirt, obviously, if it doesn't get super cold here all the time,
Yeah.
but in the event that it does get cold, mimic some of those side pieces, those rib
That's
pieces that people have.
cool.
If you have a left chest design, like tattoo design, make it in DTV, so regardless of if you're wearing a garment or not, people can see the beautiful artwork that you've spent your time, energy, money, and everything on. So it goes a lot further than just full color spectrum designs. This stuff can actually be utilized for multiple things, which is great.
Dude. Well, dude, Patrick, I want to thank you one more time
Appreciate
for coming
you.
out, for
Always,
sharing this
always.
wealth of knowledge.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it. Now, if you guys want to pick up Caesar DTV, head on over to heatpressnation.com today. Well, thank you so much
Awesome,
again.
man.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you all around.
Bye-bye.